Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. You back there. Thank you. Appreciate that.
No pictures. No pictures.
No pictures, please. No, none. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside. This is episode number 201. 201 episodes in. That is fucking badass. As always, I am Robert. Let's go. Let's go. As always, I am Robert Villa, and with me, my homies, David Rodriguez, Mark Ambu Miller, and Rudy Lara. How's it going, fellas?
Decent.
Doing well. Busy week always. The cleaners, they keep calling me. They reminded me I left that suit again. Still over there.
Damn, bro. You keep forgetting that damn suit, man.
Like,
and I managed to get our Rumble stream live. So don't forget, folks, you can catch us on Rumble along with so many other different platforms. Too many to rattle off here.
Mm-hmm. Way too many live streams that we're on, but you know what? That's awesome because all you got to do is just Google Sitting Ringside, Fight Book MMA, and you'll find us everywhere. All right, guys, before we get started, as always, got to give our shout outs to, first and foremost, to HKA USA. I stumbled on my words. HKA USA. Go to HKAUSA.com. Show your support to them as they show support to us and to all the fighters that they sponsor. Go check them out. Awesome gear. If you want some Fight Book MMA boxing gloves, you can see I have a white one and a black one and some MMA gloves as well. Just hit me up and I can get that shipped over to you. Also to our streaming partners, we have Triller TV, Flow Combat, ESPN Plus, DAZN, and MMA TV. Also, shout out to the promotions that we work with very closely: Fight World, XFN, One Championship, PFL, Brave Combat Federation, and many more. Also, go to foxhoundfuel.com. Go to foxhoundfuel.com to get all your supplement needs. Also, we have our QR code. Go ahead and scan that as well and use our discount code. You'll get 20% off every single purchase. FBMMA in all caps. Go check them out. They got some good shit because I use it all the time. I love their products.
How about the sample pack, Roberto? It's only $9.95.
It's only $10, and then you get 20% off of that too. So it's cheaper than that.
Like $7.
Yeah, go ahead and go. Just go buy it. Check it out. See which flavor you like, and then you'll be able to, use it. Also, to our to the fellas, our boy John Tyler. He's coming out with some good stuff, man. So go check him out if you want to get some awesome, comfortable underwear. Go check him out. Get 20% off your purchase as well every single time. Just use our discount code in all caps, Fightbook. If it doesn't work in all caps, just use Fightbook and you'll get a nice discount.
Hey, we need to tell Mr. Tyler we need some exclusive fight book boxers edition, limited run, and yeah,
Ah,
necessary, super necessary.
I will text him. I will
Yeah.
text him. Also,
Gotta
if you
have
want to
them.
get some, you want to get some merch, go check out our store. You can get a hat, t-shirt, yeah, man. And if you don't see what you want there, just inbox me and I'll make it happen. All right, guys, let's do the quick rundown of the events that are happening this weekend in the MMA, boxing, kickboxing, grappling, Muay Thai, in all the categories. Let's see, for the MMA, tomorrow, live on Fightbook MMA, we have Roll in the Cage 10. Also, LFA 176, Johns versus my boy Walker. They are fighting for the title. Go check it out. Don't miss it tomorrow. LFA 176. Also, tomorrow morning, nighttime there, One Friday Fights 51. That will be streaming live also on Fightbook MMA. And your boy here will be doing the live results. On the 10th, we have Rage in the Cage, OKC 97, Valentine Bash. This is a grappling event, and this is going to be streaming live at the website as well. And Shamrock FC 352. Damn. That's also streaming live at Fightbook MMA. And then we have our friends on the other side of the pond, Octagon 53, Dalizda versus Dorth. That is a crazy last name, man.
Bro, what's up with Hannibal Lictor?
What?
Dude, your eyeballs are like super close to the camera, bro. There you go.
I bet you
Now you-
anybody tuning in, they're like, why is this white supremacist on
Fuck
the camera?
off!
The flag behind him looks a little sketch.
It does not.
It
You can
does.
tell it's a fucking fuck off.
No.
You're
Oh,
You can't
those
tell.
are
Like
those
on
are
our
those are
screen,
devil horns.
it's just a portion of you.
there. Now it says devils.
That's even
There you
worse.
go.
Fuck off, Rudy. You're an asshole.
Also
You
on
got
the 10th,
camera
we have
right into my friggin' face.
we have UFC Fight Night 236, Hermanson versus Pfeiffer. We will be going through that fight card and giving our predictions later on tonight. So don't miss that out. In the boxing bare knuckle slap fighting category, we have tonight after our show live on ESPN Plus. It's a title fight: Teofimo Lopez Jr. versus Jermaine Ortiz. They're going to be fighting for Lopez's WBO junior welterweight title. And for the bare knuckle fans, live on Fightbook MMA, Havoc FC 17, Grayson Wells versus Steve Roy. That's going to be a banger right there. And live in London on the Zone, we have Liam Dillon versus Reese Bellotti. They're fighting for Dillon's British Junior lightweight title.
Damn.
And then we have Shannon Ryan versus Emma Dolan. This is a 10-rounder for the vacant British Junior bantamweight title. So we got some nice fights right here, man. Also live in London.
Say that last one again. Junior British Bacon double what?
The British Junior Bacon Whopper.
What?
What?
Bacon
The
Whopper?
Bacon
Bantam
Whopper.
weight.
The Bacon Bantam Whopper weight title. That's weird, huh?
I don't like it.
Then we have live in London. I'm not too sure where they're going to be streaming this event, but it's Hamza Shiraz
London?
versus Liam Williams. Well, it's going to be in London, but I don't know what platform. I don't even know if they're going to be streaming this event. So, and also this other one, it's in Ekaterinburg, Russia. Zaur Abdullayev versus Roger Gutierrez. This is a
Damn.
10-rounder in the lightweight division. So that's all the events that are happening this
So
weekend.
who's got home field advantage on that one? Gutierrez, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, especially fighting in Russia.
Yep. Mexicans everywhere.
I'm telling you, bro, they're everywhere. We are everywhere. We're
Yep.
taking over.
Hella crazy, bro.
David, what do we say after these rundowns, man?
Yeah, especially that last event. You know what I mean? You better be watching that. But if you're not watching every single second of every round, every fight of every event that Rob just mentioned, and drinking a case of Bud Light, like what else? What else makes you a real fight fan? Because you're not a real fight fan. You don't what? You don't watch the Hawani show, drink Bud Light. Rudy, what else?
You got to follow Nina on X and watch
Yeah.
all her videos of her and her secret boyfriend Sean Strickland. And you got to be doing the Fuck It Friday challenges, folks. Because if you're not doing that, not a real fight fan.
And apparently, you have to shave you have to have a cage shaved on your pubes.
Yeah, you know, if you really want to be a true fight fan, I mean, I'd show you, but I don't want to get booted off the internet. But shave an octagon in your pubes.
Perfect.
Definitely
And
the best. That's the best way to show the ladies you're a real fight fan.
you're a real fight fan. And then our boy Ray Castro.
The audience agrees with me, bro. They agree. With
Yep,
me.
they do. Our buddy Ray, he wants to know who's the bald cancer patient.
Oh
Are you fucking kidding
shit!
me, Ray?
That's a whole clip right there. Ray's unloading clips.
Ray is full. There it is.
But we do in fact do really need to have like a full on checklist of like real fight fan materials. We touched on a few of them, but like, you know, you basically got to have X and be talking shit on there. Rudy mentioned the Fuck It Friday challenge was his top priority. You got to watch all the events.
You got to watch
Nina
Power
Drum,
Slap.
Power Slap.
Of course.
There's a lot more that goes into it, but as the weeks go, as we get into March or so, the better weather, we'll add more to it, and you better be checking those things off the list every weekend, every day, right? Every fucking
Every day, man. Every day.
Yeah, Bud Light every day.
We had a UFC event last weekend, UFC Fight Night 235.
Wait, did we? Did we?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was during the day. It started at 2:00
that
my
wasn't it.
time. It was
Yeah.
Dolidze versus Imavov.
Yep.
Guys, what are your thoughts on this event? Let's first off let's give our grade of this
6 out of 10.
event.
I give it a 6 out of
Ooh.
10.
The 3.
I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah,
And
I'm with you, Roberto.
Sandwich of the night, main event, no doubt about it, right?
You know what, man?
Yeah, I would definitely have to say, bro.
I do too, because I really wanted Dolidze to win. Like, I thought that this guy was gonna come in here and just destroy Imavov. No, he looked like shit, and Imavov was, he was whatever. I just was not thrilled at all at this event.
Yeah, I mean, the judges, like all of them got it wrong. Like I had the fight, like 49-46, I believe, watching it through for Imavov. Like the Dolidze stole the second round, and obviously Imavov, like it was just a snooze fest. So like, I mean,
Yeah.
my pick was Dolidze. My picks weren't good overall on this card, but yeah, there were just quite a few decisions and just like unexpected. Like Drew Dober and Moicano, like we didn't have that fight on the main card. I mean, it was in the Apex, so we always talk about the Apex shows, and like you could put fucking Clay Guida against Michael Johnson in a arena, and people are gonna love it. Put him in the Apex, it's gonna be shitty. Like they were even talking about like I forget who was doing the report on it, but like a lot of fights just stall out in the Apex, and when it shows when the arenas or the cards, the numbered cards, we see a lot more finishes. We don't see a lot. There is controversial judging. That's been a trend of lately, but yeah, that main event was just, yeah, man, a 3.1. That's what I'm gonna grade it overall.
Yeah, it was okay, man. And then we have Kisrev versus Muradov that end in a no contest. What, 11 seconds in the first round? I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like you said, when these fights happen at the Apex, there's just not a lot of people to hype up these fighters. You know what I mean? So I think
Yeah, and
that's
then
why
again,
a lot of these fights don't. They're not exciting. They're just not,
Yeah, the first fight sucked ass, bro. Jamal Pogues and Thomas
bro.
Peterson.
Dude,
That was a horrible fight, boring. And then Luana Carolina, I think she came in like maybe what 5 to 6
4
pounds
pounds
over.
over,
Yeah,
dude.
4 pounds. And I mean, I expect her to lose that one against Stolyarenko, and it was, I don't know, man, boring fight.
Dude,
Tembo Garimbo.
Stolyarenko, I thought dude, I wanted Stolyarenko to win, but
Yeah, Charles Johnson pulling off an upset, that was pretty cool. Marlon McCann, that was kind of expected. Charles Radke,
That
I
was
didn't expect him to
disappointing for me.
win.
The McCann one.
dude, but what about Timba Garimbo, dude?
That was good.
yeah, that's a good
to
win.
see, man.
Good win
That
for
was a
him.
good
Very-
that was a
very
good win, and I was so fucking happy that he won the way he did.
Now The Rock's going to
I'll-
buy him a new car.
Yeah,
dude.
he'll buy
Well,
him
he's already sponsored by the Rock's energy drink.
The Rock
so,
already bought him a house, so he needs to buy him a car and then get him a girlfriend.
But none of the fighters get paid a dime for wearing those shitty ass shoes. So come on, Rock.
Nope.
Like,
Hey,
Get
but
some
he's
cash
got
rolling.
he's got like 200 shitty ass shoes sitting in the closet waiting to go.
I think because
That's
every
part of the
time
contract.
when Garimbo fights, The Rock just needs to buy him a house every time he wins. That's what I think needs to
Yeah.
happen. Like that'd be fair enough. Right?
Not buy him a house. Buy a house from where he's at, where he's from. Because
Yeah.
where he's from, that's a little poor town, man.
But
Right,
I'll always
and,
love.
and Temba's like, I just want drinking water in my country.
Yeah. See.
And The
Come
Rock's
on,
like,
Rock.
nah, fuck them. Let me get you a bigger house. Don't worry about that shit. I got enough money to build them, 100 libraries. Fuck them. I'm going to build you a house. That's what we're going to do. We're going to fill that house full of my shoes.
But I'll always have love for Pete Rodriguez for starching out Mike Jackson. So Pete Rodriguez still love in a loss, but I think what was at the end of the Stolyarenko fight? She had a nasty leg injury, right? She broke her leg or tibia like Connor, and it was pretty gruesome. And I think the fight wasn't even stopped because of that. She just got TKO'd in the process, I believe, because it was pretty nasty.
Yeah, it was.
What about Charles Radke? His post-fight interview.
Oh yeah, that guy is becoming controversial every time out. Like he was saying, I want to get paid, right, for post-fight interviews, and it's like you do get paid.
Like,
he does get paid for that.
Like you got to understand something is that you're paid to promote yourself, bro. You got to promote yourself if you want to get paid by the organization, and you are getting paid. That's why you're there fighting, bro, and you won, so you're getting paid even more. The fuck you talking about? And some people saying, you misunderstood him. That's not what he meant, but that's what he said.
That's what he said. Exactly.
And it came off at like, I don't know. I mean, I get it, dude. A lot of those media people are a bunch of fucking scumbag little bitches. And
I always ask the same fucking question.
Maybe he was trying to give him the Sean Strickland treatment, but it's different, bro. You got to talk like this. You got to say, hey, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you asking me stupid questions? You got to pay me for that shit, bitch. And then everybody would have been laughing and made a meme out of it,
Right.
You know what I noticed too? It's a sort of a Mandela effect. I thought Randy Brown fought Neil Magny. They have not fought. Randy Brown is sort of he's a fucking gatekeeper. He's a grinder at 170. That's the fight to make, right? It hasn't happened, but both guys have fought everybody at 170. Like even, I think.
I just want to say something, bro. I just want to say something before you go any further. What if I told you that Randy Brown is Neil Magny, and Neil Magny is Randy Brown, and the only way you're gonna see it is if Neil Magny were to cut his hair, and if Randy Brown were to grow his hair out. But you're never gonna see that because you're never gonna see the two in the room together. You'll probably never see them fight together because Randy Brown is Neil Magny.
Good point. That's a good point. I mean,
I think legend has it that he's known to his friends and family as Neil Brown.
Wow.
Or no, actually, Randy Magny. That sounds funny. Randy Magny.
So now that being said, if there is in fact a filler fight for UFC 300, Neil Magny versus Randy Brown, it's got to happen
Magny.
to prove that one is not the other. Because yeah, like pyramids for sure. That take
I want to.
very proper.
I want to.
And you know who's the MVP of the night?
I want to see who is blacker.
Only you, Rudy.
Yeah, because
I'm not talking about skin color, bro. I'm talking like, who's blacker, who acts blacker, bro? Who's more hood,
and that was actually what performance of the night, right? Most unexpected. Randy Brown starching out the king of kung fu. Because my pick was Salikov. I thought at least it would see the judges. You know what I mean? It would be a typical Randy Brown-esque Magny type fight. But yeah, man, Randy Brown shined, and they got to make that fight happen for sure.
I agree.
You know who's the MVP of the night? Renato Moicano.
No, his dad, bro. His dad.
But I'm just saying.
62 years old. 62 years old, and this dude is still popping out babies. And what does he say? You know what? I'm gonna one-up you, Dad. When I get home, I'm gonna go and impregnate my wife and celebrate that win. Like, bro, that's some G-ball shit right there. Renato Moicano. That was awesome.
Who do you guys think they give Moicano next, though? Because I mean, he's pretty much right there.
Neil Magny.
To fight.
Yeah, Neil Magny. Everybody, Neil Magny, bro.
Give short notice up a weight class fighting Neil Magny. Yeah.
Ray said that isn't Randy Brown the dude that got KO'd by Nico Price with hammer fist from the bottom.
Or he upkicked him, right? Is that? I think
it wasn't. Was it him?
I think it.
No, you're right. Yeah, he did. He did hammer fist him, dude, from the bottom.
Man, Nico Price has got some wicked finishes that no one will ever get. The up kick KO, the hammer fist, and then what? Robbie Lawler starts him out his last fight, or did he have somebody else after that?
That was Lawler. Lawler was the last fight for him.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while, but I thought I noticed that he was booked. I don't know if it's like on the 298 card or 299. I believe he's fighting soon. But the card overall, not the greatest, and I mean this weekend, not really the greatest either. And we will get to that.
This weekend we had like 5 change-ups in like the last 48 hours.
I'm looking forward to this fight this weekend. Should be fun. I think it's a better card than the last one, in my opinion. Especially that main event, bro. I want to see that, dude. That's a huge step up for Pyfer, and I don't know, man. That they're putting a lot of stock in this dude to give him something like Hermanson, man. Main eventer.
Pyfer's gonna win, dude. Pyfer's gonna win.
Oh yeah, I think so too. But we'll talk about it in a little while.
Yeah.
Hey, and back to the Apex card last week, we did see a Nick Diaz sighting, and he didn't look that good, right?
No, he did. Yeah, let me pull that up. But he had this big ass freaking hole in his hand, bro. Like it was a staph infection or something,
dude.
I don't know if he lives in Vegas or so, or trains there, but like it obviously he was there for medical reasons or something like that. That's just me speculating, but I mean, I thought we would hear about him possibly fighting somebody. You know, I mean, we've always thrown I've been throwing the Tim Means Nick Diaz fight out there.
Look at that shit. Hey, you see that? Yeah. Look at his hand, bro. Look at that. What is that?
He looks rough, man.
That's a staph infection. Nah, I don't think he looks rough, bro. He looks fine. He looks like he looks
like
normal,
bro.
He looks like
28 fights.
He looks his age, but he looks like he's been working out. That's probably why he has that staph infection.
He's probably because they get free medical at the Apex.
Let's be real here, dude. The last time we saw this motherfucker, everybody was saying, "What the fuck, dude? He's like the Hamburglar. He's freaking way too fat." And now we're saying he's way too skinny. Which one is it?
Right?
I think you look fine, Nick, except for that hand. It looks a little fucked up, dude. I think you might want to get that checked. I don't know. Some kind of gross.
He's there because they get free medical at the Apex Center. So
yeah, they probably always getting treatment for something. But like Rudy said, he does look like he's actually training in somewhat fight shape. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping they do get him a fight.
I think we see him soon, bro. I think we see him soon. I think we'll see him before the year is out.
I think we see him fighting McGregor because he's not fighting at 300.
I don't think we see him, with like a potential staph infection on his hand if he's not training. I don't think we see him looking like thin in the face that way if he's not training. We've seen him when he's not training, bro, and he looks like fucking fat George Masvidal. Let's be real here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do with Nick Diaz. I believe he still has like a pretty I believe it's 4 fights. I could be wrong, but he's still. I don't see him fighting 4 more times. But the UFC still, has those ironclad contracts. So yeah, fuck it, give him Conor. That's a payday. Give him. Well, if they decide to do the Tim Means fight, that's just like
that would be epic, dude.
Oh,
it's a legacy fight. You know what I mean? Because both guys are just. Yeah,
Where's
man.
Tim?
Talk about
text Tim and tell him to get on the fucking show right now.
We got to
Tim,
find out.
if you're listening, bro, jump on, man.
Yeah, because I think, in fact, they will do something with him soon. I don't know what kind of fight it'll be if he'll big name. But Conor, that could be the ultimate twist. Chandler's been waiting 4 years, right? So we'll get to that in a second. But I guess it is that time for some outside the cage news, though. Beginning with Nick Diaz. So
we can talk about Nick Diaz. We talking about Nick Diaz.
Inside the Cage News.
Yeah, my question to everybody listening and this panel is: who do we see fight first? Nate, or in the cage? Nate Diaz, Nick Diaz, or Conor McGregor,
or John Jones?
Oh yeah, well you could always throw Jones in there because I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say John Jones.
Yeah, I'm gonna say John Jones if I'm gonna have to pick one of those. After John Jones, I would say I'm gonna say Nick and Conor. I mean, not Nick, Nate,
Jones,
Nate and
Nick,
Conor.
Nate.
I think Nate and Conor are gonna fight, bro. I really do. Not at 300, but they're gonna fight.
No, well, Dana already said that McGregor's not fighting at 300. So
yeah. He's like,
but I think they're gonna fight, bro. They're like, we're gonna make money off of this thing. It's gonna be later in the year.
Yep. Yeah, the Sphere, Conor fucking headlining the Sphere or some shit like that, right? So, but speaking of fight bookings, we know there was all kinds of shit talking. Dana White saying, was it Guillermo Cruz is a piece of shit for talk about the news of Benoit Saint Denis and Dustin Poirier. And according to Dustin Poirier, Ariel, a lot of media outlets like UFC, in fact, offered the fight. Poirier didn't sign the fight, and they're promoting it. This has happened before. Plenty of times. So, but this time around, like, credit, I guess the fight is happening. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, Benoit Saint Denis is a surging contender. Dustin Poirier taking the fight, that's absolute G move right there because the guy has nothing to prove. And I heard him in his interview, I believe it was Ariel or with Helwani, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to take this challenge on just to see if I still got it. Because Poirier, nothing left to prove. Like, I thought maybe they'd fucking book him against Nate Diaz. That's the fight we always wanted, the grudge match we never got to see. But I think, I don't know, man, Benoit Saint Denis, it's a dangerous fight, man, because, like, I mean, Poirier can knock him right back down to the bottom of the ladder, right? What do you think, though? The fight is happening because now all the speculation and all the controversy, the UFC kind of just said, yeah, we're going to make it happen, give Dustin whatever he wants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I mean, who else would he fight though? Like, who's another matchup for Dustin though? I mean,
dude,
Moicano? No.
No.
Nah,
I mean that would be cool, but I don't know if that's gonna.
He'd fuck up Moicano.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, because Benoit Saint Denis, I mean, it's on a big card too, because that's what I'm saying. Like, UFC has done this before, where fights, in fact, were, I guess, verbally agreed, but contract wasn't signed. I think there was this was a situation with like Nate Diaz and Masvidal when it first happened.
Right,
that's when there was that whole long layoff for Nate. Masvidal was the hottest selling ticket in town, next to Conor McGregor. So I don't know, man. I guess Masvidal is somewhat out there too. Like he probably could come back, to fight. he could fight
Didn't he
Nate.
announce that he was coming out of retirement anyways? Masvidal?
Yeah. So yes. Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, our boy Anthony Gomez says that just wondering, when will people realize that Connor does not fight anymore?
hey, good point, Anthony. We were going to get to that. It's actually next in the topics of
Right?
Outside the Cage news. So I had mentioned earlier, Chandler's been waiting too long. I heard Patricio Pitbull saying that he's acting like a pussy since he started, fighting with the UFC. But I don't know, man. I don't know what the deal is if Chandler's just getting checks just to wait or just be on standby or whatever. Because like he wants this fight. It's a big money fight. It's the greatest comeback in combat sports, quote unquote, Conor McGregor. But yeah, man, like Conor's angry with the UFC, and if Conor's angry with the UFC, it's like you don't really need a fucking fight, right? Like, I mean,
Connor does not need to fight, bro. He's fucking rich as it is. What does he need to prove? Like seriously, what does
Just
he need to
promote this
prove?
fucking movie. That's all he has to do
It's
right now.
it's a pride thing with Connor, man. It's not about the money.
I know. But still, like, just don't fight anymore, man. Just do what
Why
you're
not?
doing on
I
the
want to
side.
see him fight.
I don't.
It's fun.
Would you
I
guys hate
the build up to it?
Yeah.
Would you guys hate Connor versus Masvidal fight? And that's for everybody listening too. Like, I mean, they could just throw that out there, like out of nowhere. That could happen.
I don't hate it, but I mean,
I wouldn't
I'm not,
either. But I
want
wouldn't.
the hungry Masvidal. I want a hungry Masvidal fighting him though, not like the last few Masvidals.
Oh well, the last few Masvidals were the hungry Masvidals. Did you see his gut?
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, because the whole talks of like, I believe Connor coming back is like it's a welterweight fight. It's not no 185 against Chandler and this bullshit that everybody was jumping all over, getting excited. Like that ain't happening. It's just Connor fucking around. And if Connor does come back, it's at welterweight. So that's why I said like Masvidal could be the guy, and he was a pretty big draw, when he was at his high point in his career. But he got 50-45 to Minnesota by his arch nemesis Colby Covington. Do not forget that.
I'd like to see Moicano versus Conor McGregor. That would be fun. Money Moicano against Conor Money McGregor.
That would be a fun fight.
Yeah, because apparently negotiations with Conor have just, like I said, have gone bad. Dana's whatever, like he's trying to push it. He's trying to push the finish line, like we mentioned before with Jones, with Conor, and they may stack a card. And like we've talked about it a few times in the new year on the shows that we've done. There's really not a whole lot of stars left. Even Eugene said it. He's like, what do you say about Sugar Sean O'Malley? He's like, why do I know about Sugar Sean O'Malley? Like, and that's coming from Eugene. You know what I mean? Like, so, and we know, next week we do have Volkanovski and Topuria. Huge, like Volk's a GOAT, one of the greatest of all time. Like, that's a big time fight. You know what I mean? Yeah. But O'Malley, that fight, that's a grudge match, of course, with Chito Vera. He beat him before, but very few big fights on the horizon. We still know UFC 300 without a main event. Dana keeps getting that carrot, putting it in our faces, pulling it away, and he wants to announce all the news. Like, that's why he got upset about Yerma Cruz talking about fight negotiations with Poirier. With Poirier and Benoit Saint Denis. So Dana still wants to be the biggest star, wants to announce all the news. All the MMA journalists he
wants to do it. He wants to do it all with the Nelk boys for some reason.
Yeah, true.
My question is, when are the Nelk boys going to become the Nelk men?
That's what Strickland was supposed to do to him, though. I thought Strickland did that.
Right, I thought so too. Maybe they are the Nelk men now.
But I think was it Moicano saying that that's what he needs to do? Like, he was talking shit, I think, after, not in the cage, but he was saying, I need to go hang with the Nelk boys and do whatever. And he's like, I'll get a fucking title shot or something like that.
Yeah.
Moicano's podcast is like, whenever he does weekly content, like the dude's fucking pretty legit. And funny, man, like, and then coming off a layoff too, his win was pretty big too, because like a lot of fighters were ducking him. They didn't want to fight that dude. So, and I guess he finally just had to take the fight. They offer him 3 fights a year. He had to take it. So.
Yep.
Well, from one big superstar in Conor McGregor to a retired superstar's teammate, Khabib Nurmagomedov's teammate, apparently shot. You guys heard that news, right?
What? No.
What?
Oh, I didn't hear about that at all.
Yeah, what's his name, Rudy? If you could pull up the story, but yeah, apparently, well, he trains in Dagestan with Khabib, and apparently he had like an argument with like somebody where they jumped him, like him and a couple guys, and then he urinated on the guy, and the guy they have it on camera. There's a
He
camera. There's
pissed
a
on the
fucking
guy.
video.
Well,
Yeah, and the guy came back and like shot him like 8 times.
well, shit. I mean, piss on a
That's
dude.
right.
What the fuck you
Yeah,
think is gonna happen?
yes,
Dang.
Yeah, his
Guys,
training partner,
I think we're
Magomed
gonna have a.
Rasul,
What's his name?
Magomed Rasul Mutayev.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
yeah, I heard about it yesterday. So yeah, that was sort of that's the backstory, and then I guess there's like actual video of it happening. And yeah, man, I think he was like a 21-year-old kid too, super young, talented kid. He was like I think 2-0 in MMA or so, and supposed to fight again. So
That's sad.
Well, I mean, it's sad, yes, but avoidable, preventable.
Yeah,
You know what I
of course
mean?
it was avoidable.
Don't go
Of course it was
around
avoidable.
kicking the shit out of people, whether it's justified or not. I mean, you don't go and finish it off by pissing on her, dude.
Of course not.
man,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that gives somebody a right to
Different-
kill you, but what the fuck do you expect? You know,
that's
just
crazy.
mind your own
shit.
business,
Yeah.
man. If somebody's talking shit, I mean, these guys are skilled enough. You train with Khabib, bro. Just choke them out, and
Exactly.
leave it at that. You ain't gotta fucking piss on them.
Man,
I don't know, dude. It's just dumb.
That's fucked up.
Whoever's right or wrong in this case, it doesn't matter. Somebody's dead at this point because of two dudes that couldn't fucking just keep it calm. Just chill out, bro.
Lives will change, that's for sure.
Stupid, bro. Imagine I lost my life because I pissed on some dude.
yeah, that's a fucked up story. Yeah, for sure.
Sad.
Yeah. What I want there was quite a few fight bookings out there. I want to transition to a little bit of boxing, and of course, we can't mention boxing without the Furies, the Jake Pauls. But I want to get to a fight that I mean, I seen it in the chat from Emmett. I heard rumors of it happening. Apparently, it's fucking happening.
It is, dude.
Mike Tyson against fucking Mark Hunt. Like,
Mark
what kind of
Hunt,
Twilight
bro.
Zone shit are we living in? Tell me. We
Oh,
said the Twilight
shit,
Zone, right? We've been
dude.
calling it.
Yeah, we have.
I mean, I don't know. I thought Mark Hunt was going to fight for BKFC. I sort of
But that was
might.
what he posted. That's what he posted. Mark Hunt said that he's coming out of retirement to fight in BKFC.
And somebody offered him even more money to do this. So
Yeah, especially in Saudi, those Arabs,
especially
man.
in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, of course. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's about as Twilight Zone of a like alternate dimension universe fight that you could ever think of, right? So
yeah, it's
Fucked up
believable.
shit.
It's believable.
Mhm.
But fight booking, another fight booking I want to mention, dude. Our boy, friend of the show, Kyle Nelson's going to be fighting Bill Algeo March 30th at UFC Atlantic City. So yeah, man, they keep feeding this dude like he's some kind of stepping stone, bro, and he's shown
And
us
he's
the
just
past couple
fucking
fights.
destroying them, man.
That's further. Nothing could be further from the truth, man. That it's a big test, man, and hopefully he comes out on top. If he does, I think the UFC is going to be starting to look at Kyle Nelson a little differently.
Yep.
yeah, from what we've been talking, boxing. We'll get to Jake Paul in a second. Tyson Fury and Usyk postponed. It ain't happening. There is a date supposedly set. There's no other fights on the card, but Tyson Fury said he's not going anywhere. And I don't know, man. That Francis fight kind of, I don't know. He said he wants the rematch. He said he'd offer it to him, and I believe that happens at some point before he calls it quits completely, right? But Tyson Fury, though, man, he ain't going nowhere, right, Rudy?
I don't think so. Nah, he's not going anywhere. He might get a little bored, but yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how this Anthony Joshua and Ngannou fight goes.
And I think what did Usyk say? He like missed the birth of his child, right, for preparation for the fight. And then that who's the guy that's like totally in charge of everything? Those like Saudi prince or whatever that he said it's a $10 million pay cut from whoever pulls out of the fight. So
Yeah, well, no, isn't it a 10 million? It's a 10 million fine
yeah, if they pull out, yeah, but
if
still, I
they.
mean, shit, there's probably like how many fighters in the UFC like in their entire career have made 10 million? Who do you think? Like, I mean, there's not
John
any of
Jones
them. Like Jones is one of them. St. Pierre, but
here.
Hey, we got
Me.
someone
that's a
joining
lot of
us.
money.
Roberto,
Yes, sir.
introduce him.
It's our buddy. It's our boy Joey Jenrich.
What's up, my boy?
What's cracking, dog?
No, it's burn that late night oil.
Joey is a long time huge supporter of Fight Book MMA and of Sitting Ringside. Joey's been around since probably the beginning of the Facebook group.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Just the beginning of time, folks.
Since the beginning.
I'm old as shit. Long in the tooth, boy. Long in the tooth.
Well, welcome to the
Yeah,
show,
we-
bro. I know you've been wanting to jump on for the longest time, and we finally got you on the show, man.
It's my,
Yeah.
I played football for a long time. I played it in high school. Played some semi-pro ball. MMA is that's my jam. I wish I could have got into it, when I was younger. But I mean, I'm 6'6", 320 pounds. My ass ain't making 265. I'll watch from afar.
Yeah, or take pictures when you go
Yeah,
cover events for us.
that was a fun thing. I
Yeah,
can't wait to do
man.
that again.
Hey,
Yeah.
get your camera gear ready, bro, because I got some stuff coming, man. So
Love it.
yes, sir.
Yeah, Joey, thanks for joining us, man. Whereabouts are you? What's your location, brother?
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
All right, I
My,
think we
my
got
accent
all.
my accent sounds like I'm from South
Yeah,
Alabama.
I was gonna say you're from Alabama.
Everybody thinks that. Like, man, that dude's from Alabama.
He's
I'm
from
like,
the
"Nah."
South.
I've heard a lot of
Higher
people
IQ
from
than that.
Florida. I've heard a lot of people from Florida with that accent.
It all depends, man. Like,
Which part of
say-
Florida?
they say from Orlando up is like South Georgia, and then from Orlando down is like Puerto Rico.
Yep, pretty much.
Well, we got north, south, east, and west represented tonight. So
Hell yeah.
it's good to have you on. We will get to a UFC fight night
And little
card
known
here in a
fact,
bit.
folks, Joey is Ben Rothwell's little brother.
That's funny.
Joy, if you were listening, we were talking boxing. We were talking about Fury Usyk postpone. That's pretty big money when it talks of Tyson Fury against anybody. We were just talking about looking forward to Anthony Joshua. What's your take on this whole Fury Usyk thing? And do you think Tyson Fury and Ngannou actually do it again in that ring?
I think they'll definitely do it again because there's a lot of money to be made.
Mhm.
A lot of people think that Francis won that fight. Even true boxers thought that Francis won that fight. It's sad that he got cut in training or whatever and can't fight Usyk, but I'm pretty sure that fight's going to happen down the road. But people, to tell you the truth, I don't think people care about him fighting Usyk. They want to see him run it back with Francis.
Yeah,
because I don't see how Francis knocked him down, didn't take no damage, put in the work, and then you give Tyson Fury the win just to save face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with that.
That's exactly how I feel. That's what played out because they're like, man, we can't let this dude be at his very first boxing match. Let him beat our champion.
Big time politics. Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
I know a lot of people felt that way about that fight, and I mean, it was close enough to where you could say that, but calling it a robbery, I wouldn't call it a robbery, man. Had it gone the other way with Ngannou, I wouldn't have said, Fury got robbed. I thought it was a good fight, man. I just think that Fury was a little more active. Yeah, and Ngannou got the knockdown, but Fury won more rounds. And
yeah, well, his ass got woke up after he got dropped.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how it usually happens.
He could have done a little better, man. He could have done a lot better. But hats off to Francis Ngannou. I think he's going to have much more success against a guy like Anthony Joshua. I just
and it's
I
not
don't
like
know, man. Joshua,
yeah, and it's not like Fury. He done it before too. Because look at when he got starched nearly, and he came back like the Undertaker, right, against Deontay Wilder. So
yeah.
he has a pretty good track record of taking a good one, even if he hits the mat. And then he ended up going with that fight, ended up being a draw, So
And the shitty thing is that people were making excuses for both of these guys on both sides, and saying, "Oh, Tyson Fury didn't train hard enough, or Ngannou didn't do enough in the fight." And I don't know, man. I thought it was entertaining. The fight was entertaining. I had fun watching it. And like I said, it could have gone either way, dude. When you leave it in the judges' hands, you never know what's going to happen, bro.
And it happened in Abu Dhabi or something, right?
Yeah. And I think I don't know, man.
That's a lot of money out there.
That was a great fight, man.
is.
It was a great fight.
They'll run that
I was
back
shocked
3 more times.
I was shocked when he knocked him down, and I thought it was over after that. But no, it was competitive.
What do y'all think about Rampage getting his boxing debut against what's his name?
Shannon Briggs. It was on the list too. Yeah, it was on the list of top great.
Let's go, champ.
Yeah, Briggs. He's gonna murder him, dude.
Wow, isn't that fight happening in like Russia or something like that, or where's it going down? It's some weird location, I thought.
If they put it anywhere near snow, them boys are gonna be so ashy. There's gonna be so much. There's gonna be so much cocoa butter on that plane.
I don't know where that fight's gonna be, bro.
Can't do them boys like that.
No, you think can't, man.
Yeah, wasn't Rampage talking about Ian Gary was supposed to be on his podcast? Because I don't know if you guys listen to Rampage's podcast. It's with the Jackson Company. They make like gold chains and jewelry and stuff. But Ian Gary was supposed to be on there, but he was scared to get made fun of, quote unquote. That was what was said.
Because he's probably not smart enough or quick-witted enough to come back with a comeback.
Right?
Yeah. The episodes that I have caught were great, and like Rampage has some cool guests on there, and it's like they go back on.
Now, do you know who I hated as a fighter, but I love seeing him on the podcast is Frank Mir. That dude is so smart.
He is.
And the way he carries himself, the way he talks about the game, I'm like, why did I hate this man so much? But then I realized my ex, she had a crush on him. I was like, oh, that's why.
That's why.
Yeah, Frank Mills, that dude's a professional, man. That dude is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been on the show with us too, like before Balamir made her debut, right, for XFN.
Yep.
Yeah.
When he jumped on with us. Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's probably 100 episodes ago. We're just seemingly, time is just consuming everything. Like I don't know, we're in a different dimension. It's Twilight Zone. Rampage fighting Shannon Briggs. And then Mark Hunt. We talked about Mark Hunt and Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it was episode 136 with
There
Dale
is.
Cook and Frank Mir.
Many moons ago.
Mhm.
But
So me and Scooter were talking on our podcast about what's her name coming from PFL to fight Holly Holm at possibly UFC 300. What's her name?
Kayla Harrison.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
So what are they doing with the since USADA's out? How are they testing now? Who's doing all the testing?
it's the same company that does does the NFL. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, they're still. I don't know if they're as strict as like the locations and whereabouts and stuff like that. But
go be a little lenient.
Yeah, and we talked about it a couple episodes back about the guy that's in charge, because like there could be definitely room for like
It's
I don't know.
DFSI, the Drug Free Sports International.
There it is. Okay, and then the guy that's in charge of that is like a former. Yeah. Well, actually, the head of that organization is like a former FBI or CIA agent. He actually was like the interrogator for like the Saddam Hussein trials, and
so they got the feds testing.
Yeah. So if John Jones is hiding in the cave, that guy's gonna find John Jones in that cave.
You gonna take this piss test, boy?
Well, he has hid under the Jackson Wink cage before, but I don't know.
Yeah, he does.
You never know. Yeah. But speaking of, from one boxing superstar, Tyson Fury, to the king of boxing, Jake Paul, fucking around, but Jake Paul's coming back.
Isn't he fighting?
I'll say, where's the
weekend?
boo effect?
Right? I thought he was fighting this weekend.
No, not this weekend, but he's fighting Ryan Borland though. So hardcore boxing people know who Ryan Borland is, but
dude,
Ryan
Ryan Borland
is
is like he's like 17. Isn't he like 17-4 or something like that?
I thought he was a guy from Home Improvement. I don't think so, Tim.
Scott Borland's nephew.
Oh yeah, that's Al Borland.
Al Borland. That's right. I don't think so, Tim.
Ryan Borland is 17-2. Right?
You remember that stupid ass show, dude?
Yeah.
What's that? Did you guys see that clip on?
It was
on Twitter. It showed Jake Paul buying everybody a pair of shoes. It was yesterday, I believe. He goes into like a Foot Locker, Foot Action. He bought everybody a pair of shoes. I don't know if you have it queued up though, Rudy.
Yeah. What? No, I see a different one. He was asked to buy $425,000 Louis Vuitton Nike sneakers by his employee. Instantly regretted the decision. Well, no shit.
You got some balls to ask me to spend $425,000 on anything.
No, I can't.
His next fight though, because I don't know what, like Jake Paul, every time we turn around he's actually fighting. Like, you know, it's kind of crazy that he does have wins over Anderson Silva, Tyron Woodley, Nate Diaz, and then here he is. Like his last fight was total, like that was a fucking fixed fight, right?
Oh, he lost to Fury.
Oh yeah. He's buying everything for everyone in the store.
Yeah, and then he lives in San Juan. Or yeah, cue it up. Yeah, we're still on Jake Paul.
How long is this video? I don't want to see some stupid. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have premium. So what is he doing?
Not in the travel plan. So basically, it's the.
At Chuck E. Cheese,
Man, I wanna
birthdays
watch
are newer and better.
Chuck E.
Newer
Cheese.
games.
You need to borrow $1?
Are you sure that you can?
Yeah. He's crying. He's just buying shoes for people. Ugh, who's that? He's not buying shit for nobody, dude. Is this it?
So 3.
Who's this fucking
You bought
dork?
that car today? Yes, sir. I think these look good. You look good in
Carrot? I can't wear those in Miami. I mean, these are crazy. Are these off? What is that?
Those are ugly, dude.
Those might be the ones.
Those look like rain
I feel like y'all are setting me up to. You gotta buy some crazy shoes.
Is that one of the Nelk boys?
Looks like.
No, you mentioned Robert. You mentioned Ryan Borland. He's actually was retired, so he's coming out of retirement. He's 17-2, and the fight's taking place in San Juan, Puerto Rico, where Jake Paul lives. So I think this fight might be another rigged up fucking Jake Paul match, right? High likelihood.
He hasn't fought since 2022, bro. And now he's coming back to fight Jake Paul. I mean, come on, man. He's just doing it for a payday. That's all it is. He's doing it for a payday and coming out of retirement.
He does spend some money, though, in Puerto Rico. He's really building that community up.
Mm-hmm.
And buying a bunch of Lamborghinis, too. The yellow. All of them, too. All of his cars are yellow, I think.
Not me.
I ain't buying no
Man.
shit.
But yeah, Jake Paul.
Asked me for, I'd give him $4.25 here, Sam. See how many shoes you can buy with this. My bad. I put the decimal in the wrong spot.
Hey, Joey, do you, next topic, we were going to, Waylon Frost, he's a power slap guy. He's supposed to join us, talk about the bouts that are taking place this weekend. Of course, it's pretty packed in Vegas. They got, Teofimo Lopez is boxing tonight. UFC is in town, the Super Bowl. But power slap, of course, the UFC Apex, we know nobody's going to be in attendance. Only Elon Musk. We'll get to that card, but power slap, Dana White wants everybody to go spend their money at Power Slap 6, right? Do you watch Power Slap?
I watched the very first one when you had to download that app. I can't remember what the name of the app was, but you had to download the app. Watching that's it. Me and my wife watched that first one. I was like,
well, the first one wasn't on Rumble. The first one was on TBS.
Okay, I watched the first one on Rumble.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was season 2. Yeah, season 2 started on.
It was like the Ultimate. It was like the Ultimate Fighter, but like Power Slap edition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Season 1 was on TBS. It didn't do as great as they thought they would, so they switched it on over
Because
to
nobody
Rumble.
watches cable television.
Yeah, I know. Pretty much, man.
Cable television is dead.
It is dead, man. Deader than a doorknob. But I like Power Slap, man. Everybody was giving me shit, and I stuck it through, bro. Guys would talk shit to me every episode, right? You guys, why do you watch this shit? I ain't watching that shit. That shit's dumb. Like, oh yeah.
And now we're like,
it's on a Wednesday night. It was on a Wednesday night. There's nothing else to watch. It's combat sports related. I'm like, why not? You know, you get to see people get knocked out. And then we started getting some of the fighters on the show. They were really cool dudes, and the sport just started gaining more traction. And here we are. You know, I like it, man. It's not like. It's not something I would.
Okay, this is my thing. Is it really a sport?
Yeah.
Okay, so would you say, back in the day, a gunslinger, them doing the damn 10 steps and pulling a pistol, is that a sport? It's pretty much a luck of the draw.
Somebody loses their life there, so I wouldn't really consider that a sport.
Have you seen these people get slapped? Their souls leave their body.
They're not.
They just come back 30 seconds later.
They're not dying. But
they had an out of body experience. I can promise you that.
But you look at guys who joust. They're dueling, and that's considered a sport. There's competitive shooting.
They're trying to bring duels back.
I've seen all sorts of shit that they call everything a sport. If you have winners and losers, that could be considered a sport. If you're competing physically.
Hey, we got cornhole on ESPN these days. You know what I mean? Like,
calm down, sir. Calm down. Cornhole now. I could throw some bags now. That's about the only sport I could do anymore. I'm good at talking shit.
You know what? I just found out too that there's an actual mini golf tournament.
See,
that's right up your alley, Rob.
Yeah. I'd put the shit out of that ball, man.
My grandparents,
my
grandparents owned a little
club.
mini putt growing up, so I was pretty.
That's awesome.
I was pretty keyed up on that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this Power Slap event, which is Power Slap 6, it's the first show where it'll be a live event with people in attendance, not at the Apex. So it's at the Durango
Casino.
Sold
out too, dude.
Yeah, and it's the Road to the Titles Season 2 finale. The main card is Christopher Thomas versus Emmanuel Muniz, a welterweight match. There's two guys, heavyweights, that are on this card, on the main card. Mr. Dorian, Disturbing the Peace Perez. Shout out to you, Dorian. He's going up against Brian Alice. Sort of short notice, but he was looking at a super heavyweight fight, possibly. They made the call. I confirmed with him, and I found out about this a couple weeks ago. And a really exciting matchup. I'm really ready to check out Nate Bernard versus Ryan Phillips, man. Definitely check that out. And kicking off the card is our buddy, Mr. Robert Trujillo, back in action. Nobody wants to face this guy at lightweight. So kicking off the card on the early prelims, Robert Trujillo against Dallas Marone. So there's going to be some sweet matchups. I mean, yeah, with the live crowd, it used to be just exclusive invite only, and hopefully you can get a Fight Book MMA boots on the ground over there for the next one, because yeah, we got to make that happen.
Yeah, man, it's going to be badass. And then what's cool, it's going to be on a Friday night. So
yeah, it kicks off the weekend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question about that Power Slap. What kind of money them boys making?
Couple grand.
Now they make okay money, not enough.
They're not quitting their day job, right?
No. A lot of the Power Slap fighters that we've had on the show, they still have a full-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah, the money's coming in though, but they do have the ability to have sponsors too. I believe we'll find out more too, because this event, each time the Power Slap puts out there, like they're getting bigger and bigger. So I think this is going to be a real big showcase event for them. Super Bowl's in town. They're kicking it off on a Friday night on Rumble at the Durango Casino.
Bro,
and I believe the Durango
Vegas
Casino
is popping right now.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It's jamming.
Yeah. So it'll be live in Vegas, and people are going to be tuning in, and that place is sold out, like Rudy said. So if you're not watching Rumble and watching out for our boy Ryan Phillips and Dorian Perez on Friday night, man, you're in for a treat. So very much looking forward to seeing you guys.
Man, don't forget Mr. Yeah, don't forget Robert Trujillo.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, but it kicks off on Friday. Of course, we mentioned earlier with Rob's event rundown. Teofimo Lopez. Watch that after this show concludes. Tune over to ESPN Plus and check that out. But yeah, we do have a UFC Fight Night card at the Apex. We have Rob. What's the UFC Vegas, or how is it labeled on this one?
UFC Fight Night 235. I mean,
Fight Night
236. Sorry. Yeah, it's UFC Fight Night 236.
And it is Jack Hermanson versus Joe Pyfer. And it is on ESPN, of course, ESPN Plus. A lot of short notice fights here. Rudy, we could do a full rundown on the card. We do have time.
Yep.
Starting with this poster.
It is an early start too.
It's at 4 p.m. Eastern.
4 p.m. Eastern time, 2 p.m. Mountain.
Yeah. 14 fights too, so you better make it.
Start with the first one, bro.
Oh, let's start off with the poster.
If it starts at 4 o'clock Eastern, it probably really starts like at noon. Because I've been to a couple UFC fights, and them fights go on all day.
Yeah, I think that might just be the main card start time. You're right, Joey.
Yeah, the main card starts at 3 p.m. Well, the prelims start at 3. The main card starts at 6.
Then you got the pre-com fights that are like at noon.
Yeah. Yep.
No, the prelims start at 3 Central.
Well, there's fights before that too.
Before the early prelims on this event? It's just a
prelim. They're unaired.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're unaired fights. Those are the fights that are like, the
ones that I went to. I was like, I paid this much money for this ticket. I'm going to see every one of these fights. By the time the main card, I'm so shit faced drunk. It's like I'll have to catch the highlights tomorrow when I wake up because I'm not gonna remember nothing.
Fight poster. What do y'all give it?
I'll give
4. It's a solid 4 because they've used this yellow bastard shadow effect like 4 different times.
Yep.
Not a fan.
I'm giving it a 4. Not a fan.
I'm giving it a 0, dude. A big round asshole. Look. Just look at the past ones here. Look familiar? Blades and Dukakis. Adesanya, Strickland. I mean, I could go on and on. They use the same. I don't know, bro. It's lazy. You get a 0 from me.
Big fat.
They've been running. Yeah. They've been running out some shitty ones though since this year started. I mean, even the Strickland
shit ones, bro.
Duplessis Strickland was
this
good.
one was pretty cool. This one looked like Blade Runner type shit.
Yeah, this one.
That's some Stranger Things vibes right there, boy.
Yep.
Yeah, that too.
It's sort of the same idea though. They're like yellow bastard shadow or the red shadow. Yellow bastard shadow.
Yellow bastard.
Again. But yeah, there's 14 fights. So Saturday afternoon, you better be ready. You better have some sandwiches on deck. Have your Bud Light. Whatever your drink of choice is, preferably Bud Light if you're a real fight fan, because Bud Light and UFC. Yeah. But kicking off the event, Daniel Marcos. I was looking forward to seeing this guy fight. I think his fight got canceled last time. He's kicking off the card, 15-0. The odds have been heavy favor in Daniel Marcos in this fight, right, Rudy?
Yeah, he's opening up at a minus 210 favorite, plus 165 underdog for Iori Quailing. Yeah, man. Daniel Marcos undefeated, 15-0. I already won his last fight.
I got questions.
What's up?
Where's Daniel Marcos from?
Daniel Marcos is from Peru.
All right. Where's this other dude from?
China.
I'm going with Marcos. That's how I pick my fighters, dog.
Racist.
Whoever's closest to me.
And Arika Lang, I love the nickname, the Mongolian Murderer. That's probably one of the coolest nicknames I've ever heard right there.
Yeah.
Nope.
But yeah, I'm heavy. I'm high on Daniel Marcos. I think this fight is placed to kick off this card for a reason. Somebody's getting finished, and Daniel Marcos shines in a win here. He's hungry to get back in there, and he's ranked number 26 at bantamweight. So he's a little bit outskirts, of being ranked. But I think this guy climbs the ladder, and gets a nice win here on Saturday.
I don't even know how to pronounce that dude's name. I cannot go for that guy.
Iori Quailing. I think I think Marcos is a little more, technical than Iori Quailing, but Quailing has that power, man. So this is going to be a good fight to open it up, a banger. I think Daniel Marcos wins this by decision, but I'm placing a bet on Iori Quailing to starch him and maybe knock his ass out, bro. It's I don't know, man. He leaves himself kind of open, and he hasn't been really that impressive since he came off the Contender Series. So I don't know, man. I like him. I don't know. This seems like a tough matchup for him.
Yeah, and moving on to early prelims, we got Hyder Amil against Fernie Garcia. Hyder Amil, number 10 at featherweight. He's 8-0. I believe he came from the Contender Series and previously the LFA featherweight champion, I believe. Fernie Garcia is fighting for his job. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. And this is a tough, I don't know, Fernie Garcia with 3 losses in a row. And I think
it's not that tough, bro. It's a easy unanimous decision win by Hyder Amil. Fernie, he's a tough guy to finish. That's why his 3 losses back to back were all decisions. He is a moderate favorite. Can you believe that? Minus 245 favorite for Garcia and a plus 185 underdog for Amil. I guess they figure he's coming in kind of green, man. Fresh off Contender Series win against somebody who's been in there for a while. Although he's never had a win in the UFC, this might very well be his first. But I don't see that happening, bro.
No.
I got the American.
Yeah, moving up a weight class, job on the line. He could pull a crazy upset, but I'm picking Amil by no judges necessary. That one.
Nope.
So, moving on to prelims, light heavyweight action. Zach Pauga versus Bogan Guskov, and it's number 54 against number 63 at light heavyweight. Not a big care here. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but
no.
Goose got by nasty finish. That's all I gotta say.
Nah. Nope.
America.
Yeah, I'm going Zach Pauga, dude. He's a minus 130, minus 135 favorite.
The one dude looks like what's his name?
Anthony Smith.
Yes, can't like that guy.
And Bogdan Guskov is a plus 115 underdog, slight underdog. It's almost even, man. I don't know, man. Guskov is not impressive at all, bro. At all. Volkan Ozdemir subbed his ass out in his debut. Zach Pauga has been. He's not impressive either. He's just kind of boring, bro. He will just lay and prey on you, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to grab a hold of Guskov and just fucking wrestle fuck him, dude, the whole fight. And it's going to be boring. Zach Pauga by decision.
Yeah, no, it's 3-2. I'm with Mark. I'm going with Guskov. A lot of his fights end in the first round, so if it goes past the first, Pauga. But I'm locking Guskov on Tapology. So. Moving on to prelims, we have men's welterweight Jeremiah Wells versus Max Griffin, and it's kind of like they're fighting themselves, right? Like, because Jeremiah Wells has fought some junkyard dogs lately, and Max is seemingly a junkyard dog, right? And
Max is a dog.
Ranking,
hey, we're gonna see. We're gonna see which one's blacker.
Show me your dick.
Yeah, which one?
The bigger one. That's what I'm going
Jeremiah Wells, look, he's coming off a win over Court McGee and then Matt Semmelsberger, back-to-back junkyard dogs. And then he was a big, I think he was a heavy favorite against Carlston Harris, gets choked out in the 3rd round. And he's kind of he has a really long frame, short arms. Max Griffin, any type of fight he's in, it's an absolute dog fight. You know what I mean? He's a little bit older, on the older side, but he has great experience. Both guys are, it's 26 against 27. Great matchmaking. I like the fight.
Does it show their age?
Yeah. Wells is 37. Griffin is 38. So they're kind of up there. Minus 180 favorite for Jeremiah Wells. Max Griffin is a plus 150 underdog. They both dropped their last fight. I don't know,
They're
man.
both Americans,
Technically,
so I'm hoping it's a double KO.
as far as who's more technical, Max Griffin is definitely
Max.
100 times more technical.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going to cause problems for Jeremiah Wells. Jeremiah can't starch him if he catches him, but that's going to be a hard thing to do. I think Max Griffin wins this fight by decision.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like that prediction.
I'm going for Griffin KO, TKO round 3.
Yeah, no, both scenarios. Yeah, I could see Griffin finishing the fight early too, because Wells has been caught. He has been knocked out. Griffin, man, he's a dog, man. This is proper junkyard dog fight of the night right here. Material.
Yep.
Moving on, light heavyweight action. Devin Brown Bear Clark. Does he still go by Brown Bear?
Yeah.
Against Marcin Prachnio, and I can easily see Devin Clark just grind Marcin Prachnio to pieces in this fight and win a decision. What do you guys think?
Too, man. I think Clark is gonna just manhandle Prachnio to a decision win, man.
Takedown City.
My last name is Clark, so I'm going with Devin Clark. America.
Yeah, Devin Clark, the American minus 190 favorite, plus 160 underdog for the Polish Marcin Prachnio. They both dropped their last fights.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably less than 8 months. I think their last one was about 11 months each ago. So I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of Devin Clark. He's kind of boring, but so is Prachnio.
Can you imagine? That's got to be a mind trip for them. If the last time you fought, you lost, and you got 11 months to simmer on that.
Yeah, I mean, their last win was 11 months ago, and their last loss was about six months and 8 months for Clark. So, yeah, but still, your last win was almost a year.
Find that winner circle, so I'm like, man, that would.
Yeah,
well,
man.
I'm going for Devin. He's a local guy. He's here from Albuquerque, so I can't go against. My boy.
Take him to dinner then, Robert.
I will. If he wins, Devin, if you're listening, bro, I'm gonna take you out for dinner. Okay.
And his dad will be. Yeah, his pops is always yelling crazy in his corner too, so expect that to happen.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna pick Devin Clark decision. Like I said, that's more than likely the outcome. So
it's a sandwich night, baby. Sandwich night. Not that fight. I'm just saying it's a sandwich heavy fight night.
Yeah, and moving on, the prelims, women's strawweight, Luma Lupuni versus Bruna Brazil.
Look at me. Look at me.
She's been out for quite some time, but still holding a ranking at 18 and on the cusp of being ranked in the top 15. But it's women's strawweight. Like, you're always 2 fights away from a title shot in that weight class. So
look at me.
What are they, 115?
She hasn't. Yes, her last win was a rear naked choke, 44 seconds in round 2 over Elise Reed. Elise Reed has been cut from the UFC, right? Or is she still an active UFC fighter? But
so it's yard dart 1 versus yard dart 2.
I'm gonna pick Luma Lupuni.
The yard.
The decision Lupuni written all over this fight, right? Who else has got Brazil?
Oh, yes.
I got Brazil, bro.
I think Brazil's got Brazil. I don't got Brazil. I got Loma Lupuni minus 245, moderate favorite, plus 200 underdog for Bruna Brazil. Lupuni's coming off a two fight win streak. And Bruna Brazil, her last loss, I mean, she's won her last fight, but her last loss was somebody that Lupuni beat. She beat her by unanimous decision. Denise Gomez knocked out Bruna Brazil. And I don't know, man. I've never really been too impressed with Bruna Brazil. Lupuni has always impressed me every time she fights.
So that girl's last loss was a knockout?
Yeah, her last loss was a knockout. Yep.
What was the other girl's last loss?
Last loss for Lupuni was decision. All her fights are pretty much decisions, with the exception of her last one. She won by submission. So I'm definitely going Lupuni by decision.
Brazil decision.
Yeah, I'm going with Brazil.
By decision.
Neighbor. I'm going with the neighbor.
Yeah, moving on. Still on the prelims, of course. We have a short notice fight, like literally as short notice as possible. I believe
48 hours ago.
Yeah. Timothy Kuamba versus Bolaji Oki, who's fresh off a win. I think he won by a pretty violent head kick, right? He Well, he's trying to make that bank, man. You know, he wants to get a double. He's trying to double down, on himself, and sometimes that can backfire on you because the guy is actually moving up a weight, is he going down or moving up a weight class? Because it's lightweight on Tapology.
Kawamba, he's moving up.
Yeah, he's moving up. So see, I don't have a good read on this bout. Like, Oki just fought. Like, is he still in fight shape, or did he, you know what I mean, go eat a bunch?
Does that say he's 5'10" or 6'10"?
He's 5'10".
5'10".
And Kawamba's 5'9".
I was about to say, if he's 6'10" and fight at light, sheesh.
I know, right?
See, there aren't any fight odds on this one. Let me see if there are on the betting. I don't even see these guys on the bet.
Well, it's because they just got announced. That's why.
That'll probably be updated tomorrow. But Oki on Tapology score, he's 90%. People have him winning this fight. I do too. I think it's going to be a violent ending. Not going to be a good night for Kawamba.
No, it's not. Not at all.
Twilight is his nickname.
Twilight. I'm going for Twilight in a decision, bro.
Twilight. I ain't picking no man
got a lot of
Twilight.
Yeah,
but he's got a lot going against him though. Like, he's got a UFC debut, short notice, moving up a weight class.
He's using his girlfriend's stripper name.
Can't pick it. No way.
I'm going for the American. Sorry.
He's like, babe, I need a nickname. You can use mine, babe. Twilight? Oh, shit, I guess. Twilight. Twilight it is.
Well, moving on to the prelims.
I will never forgive you if you don't use my name.
Fuck. Just call me Sugar Britches.
Sugar Britches.
Yeah, moving on the prelims. It is main event of the prelims. A guy who seemingly fights every time you turn around. Trevin Giles versus Carlos Prates. Trevin Giles is. They're using him as oh, okay, can you beat Trevin Giles? Okay, you might be somebody. So that's what Trevin Giles is these days at 170. He's very chinny. I don't trust him in this fight.
I don't.
Carlos, I'm leaning towards Prates, but I don't know what the odds are. I'm gonna just.
Yeah, the odds -225 favorite for Carlos Prates. Trevin Giles +185 underdog. He lost his last fight by submission. His 2 fights previous, he won by unanimous decisions, and then he got knocked out by Michael Morales, Dricus Duplessis. So yeah, he's a little chinny, bro. I think this dude's gonna knock him out in the first round.
Well, look at the last 5 wins of Carlos, all by knockout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's knocking him out.
It's time for him. It's time for him to fall. I'm going for America.
Yeah, it's a weird matchup too, because Giles definitely is what, in the words of the great Tommy D,
he's due,
right?
He's due.
So, but I'm gonna pick Carlos Prates though for sure, because there's some money to be made on that
they almost
underdog
look
bet.
alike.
Yeah, this is the fight to see who is blacker. We got a lot of those tonight.
These dudes are definitely
moving on.
Who's whiter?
No, they're also fighting to see who's blacker. We're talking about black belts here, people.
Black belt, yeah.
Black belts.
Kicking off the main card though, this fight.
The black belt hunter, Rodolfo Vieira.
I'm never picking him.
It was previously booked and canceled at the last minute for Kylo Ren got sick, right? But but both guys have passed the victory. Like Rodolfo Vera, his cardio is going to be questioned as it always is in every fight. But he's a submission threat. Armin Petrosian is a point fighter. He can just grind it out to a decision. So it's either Rodolfo submission first round or Kylo Ren decision, right? What do you guys got?
As long as Superman, he's fighting Superman, right? Armin Petrosian?
Yeah, Armin, Superman, Petrosian.
So Armin, if Armin is able to stay on his feet at least to the mid-second round, he's got it in the bag. Because Rodolfo Vieira's cardio is garbage, bro.
But what if he comes in like a cardio king?
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
He's not coming in like that. You know that already. Come on.
Yeah, I mean the betting odds are near even, dude. Minus 115 for Vieira, minus 105 for Petrosian. I don't know, 2-fight win streak for Petrosian. Rodolfo won his last fight against Cody Brundage. Yeah, man, I like what you're saying, David. If he takes it down, it's going to be a long night for Petrosian. But Petrosian's a hard dude to get down, bro. He's like you said, a point fighter. He's a little more technical in the strike. Well, a lot more technical in the striking. I think he's got what it takes to keep it standing, break this dude fucking down, wear on his cardio, and probably finish him in the third round. So I'm gonna pick Petrosian by finish in the third round.
Yep.
Well, you see how that dude's got that cut right there in his chest, that split. That boy he's toting too much muscle.
Yeah, man, he's got way too much muscle, and the dumb thing
when
about this guy
I did
is
jujitsu, I love when new kids came in there and they were all jacked up and looked like they were pumped up full of air. Because if you could weather that storm, that first 2 minutes, they're done.
I mean, dude, as skilled as this guy is, he never takes it to the ground for some reason. He just wants to stand and prove that he can do it, and it's like the dumbest shit ever. Like, bro, you walking around with all that muscle.
No.
That's just dumb. You need to rely on your strengths, and he doesn't do that. He's not a very smart fighter, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that poor fight IQ. Yeah, it won't work in this matchup against Petrosian. I'm blocking in Armored Petrosian decision on Tapology. Moving on the main card, my favorite fighter, Michael Johnson.
Yes.
Against Darius Flowers. I mean, Darius Flowers has fought at 4 different weight classes. Like, how did this guy, eventually he's down at lightweight now? He was taking
What was his last fight? What was it from?
His last loss was against Jake Matthews. Beat him down. Yeah.
What were his wins? Are they by KO?
Yeah, they were KOs. He's got power, man. He's got power.
I'm going with Flowers because he got that stupid tattoo.
Gracie
but
keep in mind, though,
enough to put that big dumb tattoo right in the middle of your chest, I mean, you got to be able to fight.
The Gracie.
But keep in mind, though, Darius Flowers had like a boxing career where he went 1-10. Michael Johnson has been known to just be. He's still got the speed, you know what I mean? And then he's just one of those guys where
but he's still Michael Johnson.
Yeah, he is Michael Johnson, absolutely. In this fight, I could see him get caught early. Darius Flowers. I'm going to pick Darius Flowers because I never picked Michael Johnson. But
me either.
I think Flowers could probably get. I don't know. He could get taken down and just get smashed too out of nowhere by Michael Johnson. But yeah,
I think
Darius Flowers.
That's gonna be a highlight KO of the.
I'm gonna do a little bit of MMA math here. The minus 125 favorite Michael Johnson going up against Darius Flowers plus 105 underdog. Michael Johnson MMA math. Loss, win. His last fight was a loss, so his next one is going to be
a win. He is due for a win.
But see, though, Michael Johnson
at all.
And he got his brain rattled too by Diego Ferreira in the knockout last time.
Bro,
so,
of all people, Diego Ferreira, and man. So that kind of just, I'm definitely putting a bet slip on for Darius Flowers to knock his ass out, but. I'm using MMA math here tonight.
For the
podcast. We're going with Johnson.
I'm going with on the real bet. I'm going with
But Flowers is a guy that look at the Jake Matthews fight. He went in there. I guess he wasn't in the best of shape. He was winging punches, and Michael Johnson has no chin. He has problems with guys that go in there and just wing shots at him. I think he gets caught. So, but moving on the main card, I liked it. I like this fight. I like RoboCop against anybody. But Brad Tavares, speaking of chin, just chinny guys, and he's pretty much shot-born at this point. Tavares has fought everybody. But Gregory Rodriguez is super confident. I heard his media day interview. He's going to use Brad Tavares as a stepping stone. As far as his seemingly somewhat of a gatekeeper, I guess you could say, at 185, but still holds a ranking of 22. Rodriguez
is that RoboCop?
Yep.
Correct. Yeah. So Rodriguez for sure has got to be the favorite here.
Yeah,
he could somehow go to the judges, but
no way, dude. Minus 240 favorite for Gregory Rodriguez. Brad Tavares a plus 200 underdog. Brad Tavares went to decision with Chris fucking Weidman, bro. And his last loss was a KO to Bruno Silva. Drickus couldn't take him out, which is kind of weird. That was a unanimous decision. But Gregor Rodriguez, this dude, I mean, the only way you put this guy out is by knocking him out. And Brad Tavares, let's be real, this dude doesn't have the power to do that. He's got the skill set to to take him to a decision win, but I don't think that's going to happen, bro. Gregory is, I think once he gets a hold of him, dude, yeah, it's fucking all over. He's either going to knock him out or club and sub.
Mm-hmm.
My American pride says Tavares, but I know RoboCop's going to stone his ass.
Yeah, there's nothing more American than RoboCop, so RoboCop it is.
Yeah. As long as he fights smart too, because RoboCop does have like a deadly like submission game on the ground, and like if he does in fact get a takedown, like Rudy said, a ground and pound could be the likely outcome. But he's
another one of those guys, bro. Like Rodolfo Vieira, he's not a smart fighter. He's skilled, but you would think, hey, as skilled as this guy is on the ground, why doesn't he ever do that? He wants to stand and bang, and that's why he loses, because he gets caught by a guy who likes to stand and bang, someone with fucking hands. And Brad Tavares is not one of those guys.
Yeah. Moving on, the main card. I don't know why this fight is placed where it's at. Ihor Porteria versus Robert Brzyk. And
bro, Robert
Brzyk. Is that Tim Means?
Dude, Robert Brzyk is a fucking beast, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He fights.
That's Tim Means' his older brother.
He fought in that organization Octagon. Man, dude, he was just starching people.
Well, I don't see no red in his column, so
I'm going for Brzyk, man. This guy's one to look out for.
Yeah,
it's a showcase fight for him.
He's fighting for his job here. I think he hit the scene when the Ukraine Russia war started, dude. So they were putting a lot of hype on this guy. That's probably why it's on the main card where it is right now. They're like, we gave another $60 billion to Ukraine. Let's have this motherfucker fight on the UFC in the third fight.
I was about to say, we gave so much money to Ukraine. They need to get that do some better training.
Right? Fuck this guy.
Yeah,
Robert Brzyk.
It makes sense for the win. Yeah, it makes sense to try to showcase.
I'm not saying fuck this guy because he's Ukrainian. I could give a shit about that. Fuck this guy because he sucks.
Yep. Brzyk is gonna put a fucking stamp on this guy, man.
Well, hell, he doesn't do nothing but fight polar bears and punch old holes through glaciers. I'm going for Poland.
Poland.
Co-main event of the evening. Who knew Andre Fili would be a co-main event in 2024? But
came off a pretty quality last one.
Dan Ige is a fucking gatekeeper, right? He's right there. You got to go through Ige, Barboza, and then like who else? Josh Emmett to get to the belt, right? So Andre Fili, he's fought who's who too, man. Like what is he? 23-10 now.
Yep.
Ranked number 24. Ige, surprisingly, is still 13, and of course we're looking at Tapology. He's probably ranked like 11 or so in the UFC. But oh man, Andre Fili, chinny, somewhat shop worn, but looked really good last time out there. I can't pick a Dan Ige fight correctly to save my life. Let's start by that. So.
I don't know if there's if Fili's going to be able to finish Ige, but I'm going to go for a decision win for Touchy Fili.
I'm going Touchy Fili.
Yep, minus 175 favorite for Dan Ige, plus 145 underdog for Andre Fili. Ige dropped his last fight against Bryce Mitchell, unanimous decision. Andre Fili won against Lucas Almeida, somebody who a lot of people didn't think he was going to do that, man. But I got my faith in the team alpha male prospect here in Andre Fili. I think he's I don't know, man. Just lately he's done great, man. He fought against Bill Algeo, won a decision. Nathaniel Wood, that was a unanimous decision for Nathaniel, but he took it to decision. He won against Lucas Almeida. He's looked like he's improved every time, man.
Yep.
And Dan Ige, I mean, he looks the same. He's a badass, but he hasn't really changed much. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I think Andre Fili is going to ride that wave and probably going to be a win. I think
some of those older fighters get stagnant.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, they're Fili is actually older. He's 33. Dan Ige's 32. And yeah, like you said, some of these guys get stagnant, man. They don't really change. And Andre Fili, man, the past year, maybe 2 years, I've seen him like just change, man, change his whole demeanor the way he talks, the way he acts, and the way he trains, and you could definitely see it in his fights.
Yeah, Dan Ige has been around since RFA. He made his debut.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going
Back in the day,
underdog, bro. Underdog. I'm going to go with some stupid pick, second round KO. Not going to happen, but I'm going to do it.
Andre Fili KO. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna lock in Ige because I can't pick his fights right. I got to get one right one of these days. Ige by decision. Moving on to main event: Jack Hermanson versus Joe Pyfer. And the matchmaking, I get it. You know, it's Jack Hermanson's 14. He's still up there in ranking. Joe Pyfer 19. He's a hungry lion, climbing the ladder at 185. Dana White loves him. That's why he's in the main event. And I don't know, man. Jack Hermanson, what is his path to victory? Maybe a submission, right? Or what?
Yep.
Right.
Submission.
I mean,
Was it Joe Pyfer? Was he the one that was on Contender Series?
Yep.
Yeah.
He fought against Ozzy Diaz a year and a half ago. And ever since he's been in the UFC, he's just been smashing people. He smashed Alan Amadovsky, Gerald Mearshart.
He's the one that gives them corny ass post fight interviews.
Is he?
Yeah, they're kind of corny.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm going for cornball in this one.
Cornball.
Pyfer.
Yeah, I think Piper's gonna body bag another guy. He's a minus 225 favorite, plus 185 underdog for Hermanson. Yeah, man, Hermanson just got starched by Dolidze. He won a decision against Chris Curtis, which I don't think he should have won. He lost to Sean Strickland in a split decision. Edmondson, but he really hasn't done much, bro. He really hasn't done much.
No.
He had a lot of skill. It's another guy who just got stagnant, man.
He's one of those guys that fights just so he can get dates back where he's from. Yeah, some of the UFC fighter. Oh,
right.
Hang on a date. Okay. Don't look at my record. Don't look at my record.
Yeah, don't look at my record.
Yeah, and
I didn't say I was a good fighter.
Don't look at my topology.
Exactly. Yeah, correct. And I mean, like, this is a win where if Pyfer does do it in brutal fashion, which I think he will. I mean, look at the names that Jack Hermanson's fought. He's fought Diago Santos, Mearshart, David Branch, Cannonier, Weidman, Gastelum, Marvin Vittori. So that's the who's who at 185. And then I guess, you know, where he's at in his career. I mean, shit, this is the matchup that Joe Pyfer should not lose. But how pissed would Dana White be if Hermanson just starched out Pyfer?
Oh, dude. He was shit his pants.
Don't even say that shit.
Be like breaking news. Jack Hermanson has been released from the UFC.
Yeah, next week, right? Yeah,
next week.
Next day.
PFL, the PFL stamp on the plate, right there. There it is.
He gets cut the next day, and then on Monday night we see the report. Oh, signed by the PFL.
Yeah. So if you put a $5 bet on all the favorites for the night, yeah, you're looking at some easy money. I mean, if you do all bets, it's like what, $1,300, bro. $1,320 for a $5 bet if you go all favorites parlay for this event.
Wow.
If Jack Hermanson gets starts, I'm calling it right now. He's booked for Derek Brunson instantly next week in PFL. So.
Damn, shots fired.
Hey, they need people. They need people over there at the PFL.
Well, not no more now that they got the full roster of Bellator.
That is true.
Yeah, but I definitely see Joe Pyfer like violent KO, maybe even just a submission first round. I could easily see that happening. So. But we have somewhat some sandwiches early. Some great there's some veterans on this card. You got Michael Johnson, Brad Tavares, and
sandwiches early, chicken wings during main card.
Yeah. A good way to put it. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, definitely don't miss this. I mean, it's a good card. I mean, it's a quality card. The UFC 298 card next week is super legit. We got Alex the Great defending the belt against the surging contender and Ilia Topuria. So looking forward to breaking down that card and seeing if we actually do get a fucking UFC main event announced. Finally, right? Like, we're waiting.
Birdum.
I meant to ask earlier when I jumped on. How's my audio quality?
It's
Perfect.
good. Sounds good.
All right,
Good.
Because
Good.
thanks to Robert, he helped me with the whole restream thing, so I can start my podcast again. Because we took almost a year off. Because it was just
Nice.
the guy I do my podcast with, 40 minutes south of me. It got too much of a headache. It was just like we was always having audio problems recording. And I was like, and I saw y'all's pod. I'm like, how the hell they got 4 people on here from different places, and it's like perfect. So I hit him up and he told me about it, and here's my $25.
Yes, sir. And bro, we're able to stream in fucking platforms that we didn't even know existed.
Oh yeah, when I saw the list, I'm like, what the hell is all this?
Yeah,
dude.
Like,
sign up for that. Sign up for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the part of the show where we talk to Mark about why he shaves his head and looks like a neo-Nazi. Mark, take it away.
Just shave my head because I do. Fuck off. I'm not a neo-Nazi. Just because I got German blood. Fuck.
Wow.
It's either Nazi or Lurch, one of the two.
Lurch. Oh shit.
My nickname's Uncle Fester.
No, your nickname is Hannibal Lecter, remember?
Hannibal Lecter.
You fucktard.
Hannibal Lecter.
Fuck you,
Bro,
really.
you know that other night,
I used to shave my head religiously, bro, so I get it until my brother made a comment about talking about, oh, you're going bald. I'm like, what?
we did a podcast, and I think it was episode 200, wasn't it? And I took some edibles, and I didn't really look at the packaging, and I was so jacked up, bro. I was just laughing the whole fucking time. These guys would ask me a question, I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Me and Scooter want to do the podcast on Blue Chews.
Oh man, good luck.
No, episode 200 will go down in history. Of course, Rudy Lara. Now we know, our listeners know, but yeah. Go back and check that out.
It's going to go down in history where Rudy Lara was baked as fuck.
My boy was litty as my left titty.
Yes, he was.
Well, it still doesn't top the first Who You Got that we did, and I had COVID. It was like a 5-hour stream.
Oh,
that was insane.
Dude, that was horrible.
That was fun, but yeah, not afterwards.
Did he even take a shit break?
No,
we didn't.
I just shit his pants. He said, "Fuck it, I'm dedicated." Here I am.
Power through that shit.
We might,
5 hours?
we might do another Who You Got for 300, a fight companion, for 300. So
that'd be a good one.
Yeah. We did it for 5. It was 5 to 6 hours straight, and we didn't take a break. We were just sitting here watching the event.
Dude, it's crazy when you can get with your boys and y'all can all shoot the shit. Time flies like it's nothing.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
It's like, damn, it was just 8 o'clock in the morning. Now it's 8 o'clock at night. Fuck. Where's this thing on?
Yeah, as usual, we go over time here every week. So
we do. We're never. Yeah, we're already. Yeah, we're already 20 minutes over.
Hey, y'all make the rules, man.
3 big balls. Look like we playing 10.
No, I ain't gonna sing that song.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for our show, fellas. We would just want to give a shout out to everybody that was commenting in our stream, and of course, Joey for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Joey, anytime you want to jump on, man, just hit us up.
Holla.
We'll send you the link. Just hit us up, man. Just DM any of us, and we'll throw you the link, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
You can talk. You can talk with some fighters and talk to our guests.
Get Frank Mir on here. I got some beef with him. Why you so sexy?
Right.
Except for that one dude. Have you seen like where he had like a pinched nerve or something in his neck? Like his one arm is like tiny.
No.
Compared to his other arm. Yeah, I saw that in
shit.
an interview or something. He's getting strength back in it, he said, but he had where I guess his neck was fused or something, like that it was pinching off the nerves, like he had his right arm was like shrunk.
Damn.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
But,
Chicken wing.
Chicken wing.
I got a chance now, boys. Let him talk shit. He would still snap my big ass.
But yeah, so thanks to everybody that's watching and or listening. Really do appreciate your support. And yeah, go to fightbookmma.com. Go.
Y'all got merch? Y'all selling merch?
We got merch. We got everything, bro. Look at our hat.
Yeah,
we even got.
I saw that.
We even got boxing gloves, dude. We got a white one, and we got the black one. So go. Hit me up. Hit me up.
There you go. There's the Fight Book MMA. Go buy you something.
Yes, sir.
Support this channel. If you love this channel, support your homies. Go buy a shirt, a glove, t-shirt, something.
Yes. Go.
Purchase
Joey,
something.
Before
if you don't buy nothing, your mama's a hoe.
Yeah.
Daddy's a cunt.
Joey, before we sign off, plug your podcast, bro.
The Saucy Podcast. You can look it up on Facebook. You can hear it on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Anywhere you have a podcast, you can find us.
And what type of podcast is it, man?
It's a bullshit one. We can make it up on the fly as we go.
We
talk about
hilarious.
events. We talk about events. We talk about past stories. The last episode we talked about Scooter's ex-girlfriend pissing in the hallways, like in his apartment, bro. In his apartment. God. She had two doors to choose from. She can either choose the right door and go to the bathroom, or she go to the left door and go to his closet. Guess which door she went in to piss?
Closet.
Closet. I said, bro, you're dating cats. He said,
That's
a pussy's a pussy.
There you go.
So, yeah, our podcast is all over the place. It's just sheer entertainment. Probably gonna go. Probably do one tomorrow or Saturday. We're just gonna talk about the Super Bowl. Gonna have my brother on. Just go over the football predictions. What to look for in the game. How many times we're gonna say. How many times we're gonna see Taylor Swift.
Oh God.
Hopefully none.
Or we're going to take a shot every time we see Taylor Swift.
You'll be hammered. You'll be hammered by the second quarter.
Yes, sir. So I plan. Well, my liver's undefeated, so I'm gonna challenge it on Sunday. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, man. Thank you for jumping on.
Can't wait to watch y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
David.
You know what to do, man.
Stay saucy, keep it funky. We out this beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one in the books. Episode 201. We steady doing it. We were off last week, but we back, like Anderson Silva once said. So thanks to Mr. Joey Clark jumping on for all the latest combat sports news around the world, around the clock. You know where to go. It's fightbookmma.com. To look up our previous episodes, there's 200 of them now, including the famous 200 episode with Rudy Lara. Wherever you get the podcast, sitting ringside, Fightbook MMA. For myself, Dave Rodriguez, Mark Amby Miller up north, Rudy Lara, producer at Hand Down South, and Roberto, El Jefe the Boss. We are sitting ringside. We are out. Enjoy the fight.
Yeah. We're good one, guys.